Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. So for this message today, it is a collective message. With that, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm not going straight into the cards today because I actually got a download. Basically, a message came through for the collective. So we're gonna start there, and then if any cards want to come through, we will see. But this might be just a straight channeled message. All right. The energy is already moving. So basically, what I'm picking up is this is for a collective in it's like a divine delay. It's almost a divine holding pattern. Um, and what I heard right before I hit record was what was it? Part of this divine delay is to really amp up the attitude of gratitude. So, for my minor example of this, now this is happening in the macro and the micro for a lot of the collective who is what I would classify, that's my own little terminology here, but it's almost like the light workers that are on the front lines. So, frontline light workers. It's kind of a mouthful. But what that energy is it doesn't matter how long you've been like aware of your path, your purpose, the awakening journey, anything of that. It's an energetic thing. And so these are this is the type of energy where you embody a natural leader energy. People come to you and seek your guidance naturally. Now, this can be in like an actual coaching situation. Maybe you're an actual counselor or therapist, something like that. But this can just be somebody comes up to you and tells you their life story in the grocery store in the produce aisle. This can be, so if there's a situation, um, I just saw like a fire alarm going off, and then people look to you to be like, what should we do? It's that kind of an energy. And what that is it's a core frequency that you will carry within your soul DNA that just you embody this energy naturally. Um, and so if that's the case, then what I've been noticing is that a lot of us who embody that energy are in this really weird kind of holding pattern right now. And it's been this way. And I've talked to a couple other people about this, and then just like through other messages and things like that. It's been happening for the past it's gonna vary for everybody, but at least, like, the past couple weeks to the past couple months, where it's just felt like 1 step forward, 5 steps back. It's kind of that type of an energy. Okay, so as I was talking about all of that, my camera did a notification that the battery was gonna die, and so a lot of times things like that happen during these readings are synchronistic. And what I heard when because then I had to go look for the charger. It wasn't where I normally have it. And so what I heard was it's time to recharge your batteries. And so that could be what's going on right now too, is it's one of these it's a divine I just heard a divine timeout. So it's kind of this energy of like, all right, go ahead and take a pause. Everything's working out, everything's on point, but certain things have been delayed for a reason. There's a divine reason for this delay. And so trust and allow that. Instead of getting caught up in the energy of like, why is this happening? What the hell? Am I on the wrong path? Am I supposed to be doing something different? Um, what is coming through is that if you're here and you're watching this message, you're not we're never really on the wrong path, but there's other timelines that are in our highest, higher there's higher versions of timelines that we can shift into. And what's coming through is spirit saying you're getting ready for this next quantum jump in this new timeline. And this new timeline is literally, I'm seeing it's like the path, it's like the road to all of the things, all of the dreams, all of the, things you forgot you wanted, are on this road. And so you're shifting onto this road. And and it's that trust and allow and surrender. And it's almost like that ultimate surrender energy where everything around you looks like it's falling apart in some way, but it's not. So it looks chaotic from the outside looking in, but intuitively, there's a part of you that knows that you're safe. But the ego mind, the human mind, is coming through with like a what the fuck spirit type of an energy, which is totally normal. And that's the ego, that survival part of the brain that's going, hey, this is getting scary. This is not appearing the way that I feel like it should appear right now. It should look this way. It should look that way. And the message coming through is to take a few breaths, take some rest, and allow what's happening right now to happen. Because it's this, so I also got this other kind of vision when I was really tapping into this energy. And basically what it is it's this, what I saw was like this road, and it's going up this really, really, really steep hill, almost like a mountain. And you're at this point to where you can't really see the road. You can't really see what's in front of you. And it's a little nerve-wracking to be at this point. But, the car's got it. The vehicle that you're in has got it. You're good. There's no issues. But maybe all of a sudden, for some of you, you blow a tire, and then you've got to pull over and swap it out. And you've got a full-size tire. It's not a big deal. You're not rolling on a donut. It's totally fine. But it's this thing of like, really, now there's a flat tire. Got to deal with that. And it's kind of this energy of like, it's scary as hell. You can't really see what's in front of you. It's slow going. In the first part of this vision, when I was really tapping into it, I saw a stick shift vehicle. And so if you don't know what happens when you're driving a stick shift, if you're going up a really steep hill, you'll have to drop down into lower gears. And so it can be like, say you're in fifth gear and you're rocking it, 60 miles an hour. It's like a highway. And then all of a sudden you start going up this hill, and then all of a sudden you're going 30 miles an hour. And if you don't downshift into third gear, the car's going to stall. And it's because that hill, it's that force of that hill is slowing you down so much. And the thing is it's this energy of like this flat tire, the downshifting, the stress of it all. It's all part of this. It's all the divine getting this car, which is your life, that in this metaphor, it's getting you ready to be able to handle what happens when you start to go over the top of that hill or mountain. And then it's just downhill from there. And it's just, you don't have to worry about your tires because they're good. You don't have to worry about, you know, downshifting or anything like that. You can just cruise, and it's going to be say like smooth sailing. But it's getting yourself, it's don't stop. The message coming through is don't stop, because you're almost there. Like you're almost, I'm hearing cresting that hill. You're almost you're almost there. So don't give up now. Don't turn around. Don't just pull the car over and park it and say fuck it. Keep going. The other thing that's coming through is there has been a massive energetic shift, which, okay, there's the massive shift that's happening right now, the 3D to 5D shift. Not fully what I'm talking about, but that's kind of, I mean, it's all part of it. What I'm talking about is there has been a recent shift. So it's like when we go through when we go through these little baby shifts, it's all adding up to this big shift, if that makes sense. And so what's coming through is there's collectively been something huge happening energetically. What I wrote down is a huge energetic event took place, and it's pulling on the Lightworker Collective. And what's coming through, okay, so it's almost this energy of something is it's like trying to pull you back down energetically. And I'm not talking in like a higher than, less than, anything like that. It's a vibration thing. And so it's almost this energy of like I just saw crabs in a bucket where one crab starts to get out and then the other crab will pull it down. It's that kind of energy. So maybe you're feeling some tugging from some other crabs in the bucket. And the message here is to keep focusing on that. Don't allow yourself to drop back down in that bucket because you've done so much of the work to get to where you're going. So just, shake your leg, shake off that other little crab, and just keep going. Um, Cleanse your energy, release this lower energy that's around. I don't want to put it in a way that's it's nefarious or anything like that, because it's more just dense. It's a very, very dense, heavy energy. And it's just kind of like the best thing to do is just do your best to release it and rest when your body's being called to. Um, and be super mindful of your focus right now. I'm being brought back to like the flat tire analogy. Don't sit there, like, do your best not to, be like uh, throwing the star, like throwing the tools, getting all frustrated and just like, okay, it's a flat tire. I've got a full size tire on a rim that matches. It's all groovy. It's not a big deal. When you get on the, when I get on the other side of that hill, I can get this flat repaired and put it back, in the space where the spare goes, and all is good. I've got the spare. Got the know-how. I know how to change a flat tire. I've got the tools. I've got the jacks, whatever, right? Like I can do this. Focus on that. And then also focus on that attitude of gratitude. And so with that, what I'm being brought up, this is a silly little example. Um, but it's just it's a I feel like it's a really good example of kind of what's happening big scale right now. So I placed an I placed an order for plant medicine. It's like herbs and stuff that were shipping to me from a different state. So it's two states over. And I paid extra for overnight shipping, which I normally don't do. And I was like, because I wasn't really paying attention, and I looked and I was like, I'm almost out of this, so I need to order some more. Completely legal, just to be fair. Um, but it's a sacred, blessed type of an herb, and so there's only certain places where you can get this, unless you can just fly to Peru, which I'm working on it. But anyways, so I went to order this plant medicine, and I was like, I'm gonna do overnight shipping because I'm almost out and the timing should be good. I'm gonna be, I just need to be a little more mindful for the next couple days, but it'll be fine. Well, overnight shipping, normally it's there the next day. Sometimes it'll take 2 days, depending, whatever. Well, it was okay. It's been over a week since I placed this fucking order. And it's one of these things where I was so irritated because there was no logical reason that it should have taken this long. No logical reason. And it was something where it was like it stayed in the city that it was supposed to leave for 2 days. And then it got to another city in the same state and stayed there for 2 days. And then, and mind you, I've ordered this stuff before. So I've watched it, through the tracking and whatever. I've watched it do its thing. And there's where it's coming from. There's no like, it's not like there was a hurricane or some, weather event or anything really going on. There's really no reason. And then this was the part that was just kind of wild. It got to the city that I live in. It was in the distribution facility. So realistically, what normally happens is it goes out on the little trucks that go to the neighborhoods, and then, I would get it the next day. I look it up in the morning and I'm like, okay, it's gonna be here today, all is well. And I click on it to look, and it is 8 hours southwest of me. And it's in the different corner of the state that I live in, 8 hours away. And I was like, what the fuck? Basically. Because the thing is again, it wasn't logical. It didn't make sense. And then it was this whole thing of like, why is this happening? I paid, so much extra for overnight shipping, and now it's, taking over a week. Like I could have saved money and it would have been here quicker because it would have been through a different carrier service. And, it's all of those types of thoughts. And then through that, it's one of those, then I started to shift my mentality because there's nothing I can do. It's a very minor type of thing, grand scale. I understand that. But the thing is it's more of that metaphor of like what I was able to do with it is to go, okay, I don't need it per se, but I'm very thankful to have that support from this plant medicine. It really does help me ground into my energy and be more present, be more mindful. And I'm really excited to, get it, today, hopefully. It's out for delivery today. But it was just one of those where I was able, for the first few days, I was just like, what in the ugh, and I was so frustrated about it. And it was really one of those like that happened and something else. And then it was just like lots of that frustrated energy coming up. And then all of a sudden, it felt probably 24 to 48 hours ago, there's been this shift. And it's like this lifting, this energetic lift. And it's been happening in waves. And so if you have been in this energy for the past couple months, what you might have realized is it was really, really dense, and then it shifted a little bit, and then it was dense, like it got a little bit denser, but not quite as dense, and then it lifted. And then all of a sudden it got really, really dense, really intense, really frustrating, really draining, really, solemn. Um, for some of you, you might have actually been in a grief energy from something, and then it started to lift, and then something happened and it went down again. And what's going on is it's this really fine-tuning recalibration of the energetic system that's happening right now. And we're just on the front lines of it. And so what will happen is all of a sudden we will get to a point to where we crest that hill, so to speak. And then we're just cruising, and it's, easy peasy. And, because this is that really that energy of like you're on the brink of the winning season. You're almost there. Don't give up now. It's right there. And with that, I'm being called to show you this card. So this card did come up in my mind when I was channeling into this, and so I pulled it to show you. And what this is it's a descent card. And so what you can see on this card is there's a miner, and they're mining for gold. Well, what they're hoping to find is like a gold nugget or a few gold nuggets, because that would be cool. And so they're mining. They can't really see much else except for what their lanterns are illuminating to them. It's really dark. And what's happening is right here, they're looking for a couple little gold nuggets, and there's an actual gold vein right here. And so they're about to strike gold in a way that they're not even ready for. And so what the divine's saying right now is this is our energy for this specific light worker collective is you're almost there. this gold vein is right here. And so you've been going through this cave, you've been trusting, you've been listening, you've been releasing, you've been moving through blocks, you've been healing, you've been doing all these things. And this card is in the energy, earth element, which is our physical realm. And so it's literal physical manifestations that are going to blow your mind. They're going to be beyond anything that you can really fathom right now. And then the beautiful thing is because we're the way showers, we're the ones doing this um first, basically. You know, there's obviously other people that have done it as well, but this is like a wave of light workers who are doing this at this time. And it's one of those, like, we're almost there. That gold vein is there and we're about to hit it. And then what we get to do is then we can help other people who are embarking on this journey to find their own gold vein in whatever way that is. And so that's, just something to keep in mind is, you'll be able to help others and kind of guide others if you choose to. And you don't have to either. This can be one of those where you're just like, yeah, you know, trust and allow and listen to the divine, and you'll hit your gold vein eventually. And so that's kind of the ultimate message here is it's one of these, like, sometimes when you get all of these blocks and obstacles that come up, sometimes what's happening is that's the divine or your higher self, whatever you work with, telling you that, hey, um like, let's actually go this way, it's going to be a lot easier. And sometimes it's difficult to know when we're on this journey is like, is that what I'm being told right now? Or, is it time to switch gears and to completely shift something major? And what the divine's coming through and saying right now is that's not what these synchronicities are about. That's not what this energy is about. This energy is about the final recalibration to get you in true alignment with your highest timeline. And that's what's happening right now. So continue to trust, continue to allow, continue to focus on, the attitude of gratitude in whatever way you can. And sometimes, for me with my little, delayed shipping thing, um, I was able to really kind of realize this morning and last night of, like, I'm excited for it to get here, and I'm excited in divine timing, and I don't exactly know why, other than maybe it happened so that I would tap into this energy and do this message. That could literally be the reason why that entire thing happened. And and there's a reason for it. And the thing is shift that focus to just be grateful for the little things. Be grateful for whatever it is that you can be grateful for in that moment, because what that's going to do is that's going to shift your energy enough to where it's going to allow you to continue to shift through that density and really pull yourself to a place where you are fully calibrated to maintaining this energy. And that's part of it too that's coming through as well is you've been bouncing for a while. And so what's been happening is it's like you've been timeline jumping. So you'll tap into this timeline, then you'll tap back into this one, and then you'll tap into this one and go back into this one, and then tap into this one and go into this one. And it's because you've been calibrating, your energy's been calibrating. So it's like part of you is ready to maintain it, but not all of you. Part of you is ready to maintain it, but there's still a little bit that needs to be cleared and released and, calibrated. And so it's almost like this is the final fine-tune calibration of the energy to allow you to fully shift and maintain that highest timeline, which is where, you're living the life of your dreams in whatever way that is for you. And so, yeah, it's big, big energy. And just know and trust that you are on the path that you're being called to walk, and it's not the divine coming through and punishing you in any way or telling you that you need to make major life changes. um if you're resonating up into this point, I would say that it's not really major life changes. It might just be little fine tunes. Um, and also the last thing that's coming through is clarity will appear. That's weird. Okay. Clarity is coming. So in the way that clarity works sometimes, especially on a journey of this magnitude when you're shifting at this type of a rate, that clarity will start to come in little drips. And so it'll be like, here's a little clarity on this situation. Here's a little clarity on this situation. And you'll just keep getting that clarity until it's going to be one of those like, whoa, that's why it went and did this whole, you know, loop kind of thing. Um, and so just know and trust, and you can ask for that clarity to come through as well. And it will start to come through bit by bit. And then it'll all make sense on why the journey took the path that it did. So just know that. All right. Well, definitely let me know if this resonates with you. I would love to hear about it. I would love to know if you're in this energy as well. It's been intense. It's been a lot. And so I give you compassion and I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all of us for choosing to walk this path and for continuing to walk this path because sometimes it is difficult. And so just keep your head up. Know that it's all part of the divine plan and it's all working out and you're almost there. Like you're almost there to that gold. So, all right. Well, if you like this message, you can hit that like button. And if you would like to see more content from me, hit subscribe and I will see you on the next message. Bye.